So for part 1 of my 3 parts of tacos, you're using your leftovers, which is just perfect for your Friday fridge raid, then I'm going to be doing the beef tacos. These are like shredded beef tacos, they're brilliant. There's 2 main ingredients going first into the Instant Pot, and then we can add in some extra ingredients once they've cooked. They've got quite a long cook time on them because you want them really shredded. So I advise, if you're doing our 3 parts of tacos, that you put these ones on first ahead of time. So what do you need for this then? Because I'm only talking 2 ingredients. I've got my diced beef, and I've also got some mild salsa dip. So that's all that's going to be going into the Instant Pot to make this recipe happen. So I find it really easy, if it's sealed packaging, to use a pair of scissors to get in there. So scissors over the Instant Pot, and then it'll save you spilling everything everywhere. And then you want to break it up as you add it. And then grab your other one. And again, in it pops. And then break it up. So this beef isn't as fatty as normal beef that I would use like this, that you've got from the butchers. So it can vary to how fatty it is when you're actually cooking it. And then you want some salsa. Just a plain, straightforward jar of salsa dip is perfect. We're in. So then load up the salsa into your Instant Pot, and then you'll find that you've got a bit of surplus in the bottom. So what we're going to do now is going to fill that with water. Once you've filled it with water, put the lid back on, give it a good shake, and we'll make use of the leftovers in the jar. And then we're going to add this in. And then you can use your hands, or you could use a spoon, whatever you prefer. My hands are already dirty, so I'm just using my hands. And then it's ready to go on. So hands wiped. Right, now let's talk cooking times. If you've got a really fatty diced beef, which if you're using braising or chuck will definitely be the case, because remember we are using a Gusto pack here, which is a lot more lean than what I'm used to. So if you've got a fattier one, I would go with an hour, but considering this is quite lean, 45 minutes should be good enough. So we're going to start with one of the dried oreganos. It says on the size of it, it's a 1 teaspoon. So let's find another one, shall we? That we can use in this. Ah yes, there's another dried oregano. Scissors are the easiest to get into these. And then there's a side. Some chili flakes. And then I've also got some ground cumin. Ground coriander. I've got some more chili flakes. Oh, I love the colour from the dried chili flakes. And then what else have I got left? Let's add in some dried basil as well. Another dried basil. And then we've got a ground cumin. And then that leaves us just with some oregano and some dried chili flakes, which I'm sure we can find a good use for. So now you've got all that, and look at that. It's amazing how many packets that has actually taken up. So now let's give that a quick stir. You've got a DIY taco seasoning that you can now use on your other taco recipes, and then it's just ready to go. You can add mayonnaise to this if you want a saucier version. You can add in some avocado to it, an avocado creamer. No matter what you want, you can use this as your base, and then you've got rid of all these different sachets. You can also use this on some chips in the air fryer as well. It's just totally up to you how you use it. So now that's mixed, let's get on with tacos number 2. So the Instant Pot has beeped, it's done its main cook time, and then it's done a 10-minute natural pressure release. And let's take a look inside, shall we? So first of all, press cancel. And then what you want to do is you want to release any remaining pressure. So there won't be that much because you've done a 10-minute natural pressure release. There's not much liquid in there really either, you know, compared to say if you're doing a stew. It feels like I'm waiting forever when I do a beef stew in the Instant Pot. We're done. So let's get the lid off. And what you'll see now is a steamy mess. Because that's natural when it comes. I'm just going to wait for the steam to disappear a bit, and then I can give you a proper look and we can start shredding it, and we can add extra seasonings into it just to make it nice and yummy. So the steam has gone. So shall we finish off this shredded beef and I can show you what I do to make it taste so yummy. So we've so far we've just cooked it with the salsa and added a little bit more water so that it would go to pressure okay, and we've kept the seasoning to a minimum, and that is because when you pressure cook in the food it loses some of its flavour. So by adding in the seasonings at the end, you're not spending as much on seasonings, and it's just as simple to do, isn't it? So we're going to start by salt and pepper. You can add as much salt as you want. You know that saying in cookbooks, season to taste? Well, that very much applies when it comes to the Instant Pot. So I've added some salt and pepper. So now I've still got quite a bit of this taco seasoning left that I've actually made for these 3 taco recipes. So I'm just going to add in some more here. And then we've still got a bit to go because we've made 3 recipes with it, so I want to stretch it out and get the best juice out of it. And then you can also add in a bit more salsa, because I always buy lots of these salsa dips and I always have spare ones in my pantry. It's just a mild salsa dip, as they call it, and quite often a lot of them don't have oil in them, so it's perfect. So then I stir it all in. And then I'm using a silicone spatula here and just poke the meat, and you'll be amazed how quickly it turns into pull apart meat for you, because it's done a long cook time under pressure. And if you wanted to do a much bigger portion than this, then you can, and you don't need to adjust the salsa unless you're filling it with beef to the top, and then obviously you do. And then if I was doubling the portion, I would keep the cook time the same, but if I was quadrupling it, I'd probably take it up to an hour instead. And you can feel as you play about with it how it's coming along. So there's a lot of sauce here because the sauce is brilliant for using in your tacos and for future stock. So that's how pull apart it actually goes. Let me get a bit, show you. So let me show you a bit here. So that's how good it looks. So if you check that out, that is just how amazing the pulled beef is when used for tacos. And that is really, really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty it from the Instant Pot, put it on one side, and then it's perfect for loading into tacos. So now what I recommend is that you find yourself a little bowl with a sieve, and then what you can do is you can be reserving the liquid and then keeping the meat as a separate. So what I tend to do is I tend to grab one of those and then just pour it all in, and then just let it strain. And then what I'm going to do is I'm not going to clean out the Instant Pot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use what's left, the tiny little bits in the bottom of there, for the minced beef taco mixture. So stay tuned for part 3, depending on how you're watching this, for the 3rd part. But the taco meat's also brilliant, from what we call in the UK minced beef, or you call in the US ground beef. So first of all, let's get back to this. I mean, oh, it's so lovely. Look at that. That meat is just coming on brilliantly. So what you can do is you can just drain out the liquid, and then you've got a brilliant sauce that you can use there. Let's say you're making a Mexican lasagna, it's just perfect for that as well. And then I'm just going to put that to one side, and then I can do my third type of tacos. Thanks so much for watching our YouTube video. It feels so amazing that you've stuck around to the end. And of course, that must mean that you like our videos. So why not also follow us on social media? You can find us at the Kitchen Gadgets Club on Facebook and on Pinterest, TikTok. We're Kitchen Gadgets Club. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great videos like this one. And you can also find us at kitchengadgetsclub.com, where we have a membership that shares brand new kitchen gadget recipes every week. And we also have lots of great ideas, resources, tips and tricks. And we are an ovenless kitchen, so we teach you exclusively how to cook with kitchen gadgets. And a ciao for now.